Best Buy's fourth quarter numbers were better than expected. 16% drop, though, in profits, so better than expected, but still a drop. And part of the problem was weak TV sales. I'll show you Best Buy shares. In the pre-market, they are up 3.2%. But over the past year, obviously not so great, down 20%, and over the past 5 years, down nearly 40%. Stacey Widlitz is an independent analyst and retail consultant. Stacey, what's your thought on Best Buy? Would you buy a company where they beat expectations but profits are still falling?
Sure. Well, I think if you take a look at the numbers, the headline number was terrific. It was 198 and the street was at 185, but that was all a tax help. So the numbers were actually just in line, and comps, as expected, decreased mid-single digits here, a little worse than holiday, so things deteriorated quite a bit, but expectations going into the quarter were basically on the floor here. So you're going to see the stock rally.
I'm curious, though, because, when you talk about cheap, sometimes cheap is, you can get something cheap and it's a great buy, and sometimes cheap just means poorly made, right?
Right.
This is a stock that has a lot of big challenges from Amazon and other competitors. Over the long term, do you think this company is viable?
Yes. This is a viable company. Obviously, you saw Circuit City go out of business in 2009 here. And the good news is Best Buy, in some sense, I think, has come to their senses and said, listen, we're not growing stores anymore domestically. We're only going to grow 1%. We understand that the U.S. domestically is overstored, so we're going to take a realistic approach, try to increase traffic here. But I think, again, one of the big challenges that remains is software is a big traffic driver, and it's just migrating online, and more people are just shopping online.
All right, so its business is going online. Circuit City went out of business, leaving the field pretty clear for Best Buy.
True.
They still aren't performing. Why bother?
True. Well, again, I think this is somewhat of a relief rally, that guidance wasn't a disaster here. But really, if you look at it, Circuit City went out of business. You should see a market share story. You haven't seen one. In fact, they've commented, including this quarter, that they're actually losing market share year over year. So that shows you just how much the discounters and Amazon are really eating into their profits here. So long term, can you see sort of a flat to slightly down revenue story here? I think that's the case. And does that deserve a low double-digit multiple? Are we seeing that today? Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Stacey.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
You too.